Your thoughts will shape the rest of your year. This is the final video of my January series, and the reason that I chose this one to be the last video is because from here on out, we're going through the year. This is the end of the first month of the year, and I want to talk about how your thoughts shape the rest of your year. What you think about is how your year is going to go. And you're not going to be able to control everything this year, but you're responsible for what you allow to live in your mind. Protecting your mind protects your future. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about what it means to protect your mind, how your thoughts control your year, and just give you guys some advice. And the reason that I'm making this video is because I also struggle with it and experience it, and I'm kind of going through it right now. And the main thing for me is like music, like depending on what type of music I listen to is the kind of thoughts I get. And I want to talk about why thoughts matter, because your thoughts can turn into actions. And I made a video about this a while ago, I'll put it up on screen right here. But your thoughts shape your emotions, and your emotions influence your actions. And actions repeated become habits. So your habits determine your direction, and this could either be for good or for bad. Your thoughts could be bad, and they could make you feel bad and make you do bad actions, or they could be good, make you have good feelings and make you take good action. So you're gonna drift in the direction that you think about most, and that's why thoughts matter. And guarding the mind biblically emphasizes the mind, not just your behavior. Guarding your heart is the same as guarding your thoughts, because guarding your heart means guarding your thoughts, and guarding your thoughts means guarding your eyes, your ears, etc. Renewal is going to happen internally before anything changes outwardly. Transformation starts with what you dwell on. Whatever you think about, that is where it's going to start. That's the direction you're going to lean. A negative focus is going to lead to a negative posture. You're always going to be thinking about negative things, and it's going to create this heaviness on you. It's going to make things way harder. You're going to feel like a sadness, and when you feed the sadness, it's going to deepen it and make it worse. And living in fear is going to make anxiety worse, and it's going to make it more prominent in your life. So when we dwell on the pain, it magnifies it. Our thoughts don't stay neutral, they multiply. When you think about one thing, you're going to think about that same thing in a different scenario over and over again. And it's just going to multiply and get worse and control you more. And a positive focus does not mean that life is going to be perfect. It doesn't mean ignoring pain, but it's choosing where your attention rests. It's fixing your eyes on God instead of fixing your eyes on the problem. Our hope doesn't deny pain, it reframes it in a better way. So having a positive focus is going to bring more positive things, but it doesn't mean that all the bad things are going to go away. They're still going to be there, but it's going to help you get through it. It's going to help you be stronger. And the inputs around us, the things that influence us, shape our perspective. I was talking about this earlier with music. For me, music influences your mood and your posture. So if you're listening to sad music, you're going to lean more sad. If you're listening to worship music, you're going to be leaning into God. If you're listening to rap, you're going to be leaning into whatever they're rapping about. And same with TikTok and Instagram, just scrolling. Whatever you're seeing, that's kind of the way you're going to feel. So our environment around us trains our emotional response, so the way that we feel emotionally. And what you consume consumes you eventually. If you're consuming God, then God is going to be all around you. If you're consuming something bad, then that bad thing is going to be all around you, and all you're focused on, and all you feel and see, and all this stuff. But I also want to explain the difference between joy and happiness, because happiness is temporary, and it's based on your circumstances. It's based on the experience you're having right now, but after, it's going to go away. But joy stays. Joy is not temporary. It's rooted in trust, and it exists in the hard seasons. And when you have peace, it doesn't mean that life is easy, but it means that you're not ruled by fear or ruled by the hard times or the bad things that are going on, but it keeps you kind of grounded. Hard seasons are still going to exist. They're still there. But when we have the right mindset, it helps a lot. It's not going to remove its difficulty of the hard season, but it does help us get through it. Our obedience doesn't cancel the struggle. It doesn't cancel out the temptation. But because we are obedient, we deny the temptation and we rely on God, and it helps us get through that hard time, that hard temptation. faith, it doesn't mean that we're going to be stress-free. But when we have faith and we rely on our faith, it helps us through a lot of the stressful things or stressful times that we're going through. So our right thinking removes our despair. It doesn't remove the hard times, but the despair of it. It's the same storm, but a different foundation. It's the same storm, but instead of letting the storm sweep us away, you fight the storm and you get through the storm strongly and boldly. And to touch on discipline real quick, not every thought is going to be the truth. Some of our thoughts need to be challenged, need to be replaced, need to be surrendered, but you don't have to believe everything you think. Our thoughts are often all over the place, and our thoughts is where the devil attacks. That's where the devil starts his attack, with a thought, because the thought turns to emotion, which turns to action, which, if the action is bad, is rebellion, and it gets us filled with guilt and shame. So it's important to know the devil's attacks so that we can fight them or flee from them. Just rely on God, and we don't have to believe and trust in every thought. We need to understand ourselves, understand our thoughts, understand us, like yourself. So January is about alignment with God, and if the mind collapses, our discipline weakens, our trust fades, and our relapse becomes easier. We need to guard the gate, not just the goal. So protect our minds, make sure we have the right mindset. But to conclude, you don't control every thought or every outcome, but you can choose your posture. You can choose what you entertain. You can choose the thought which you focus on. You can fix your mind on God, and it changes how you walk through everything. What you allow to grow in your mind will shape the rest of your year. The year doesn't fall apart, your mind does. So I hope this video helped. I hope you guys could learn something. So make sure you guys have your mind in the right spot, focus on the right thing to prepare yourself for the future, to prepare yourself for the rest of this year. Stay tuned for February. I'm going to be talking about what the world has normalized, starting with the 10 Commandments, explaining them so that throughout the rest of the month, you guys will understand what I'm talking about. But I hope this helped.